Welcome to my 12 days of Easter, and it is day 12. It is finale day, and I was hoping that we would be on the plot today, but circumstances have other plans. Not only my cold, but we had another spanner in the works yesterday, so let me take you back.
Right, well, I'm not my usual happy face because there's been a slight change of plan. My roofers, who were meant to start the roof in about 6 weeks' time, are now starting tomorrow. And I've had all of like 3 hours notice. So I've got to clear all around the house because the scaffolding will be going up tomorrow. So any jobs that I might have wanted to do in the garden are being put aside, and I've got to move this lot. So how am I going to move the tulip planter? When I thought they were coming in 6 weeks' time, it was like, well, the tulips would be over, I would empty it and move it. But now somehow I've got to maneuver it out of there. We've got an awful lot of pond plants because in readiness for clearing out the pond, which was what we were going to do, I took all the pond plants out. So they're in there. I've got more over there, just random plants as well. Oh, and 12 bags of soil conditioner. Right, I'm going to put you on time lapse because that will keep me motivated. That will help. Thank you for helping. Oh dear. Oh. Okay, here we go. Well, my friends, it's amazing what you can achieve when you have no other choice. Thank you for helping me along with that. I'm now going to go inside and collapse.
Now, ironically, they finished the scaffolding this morning and didn't actually need to clear that bit around the back of the house. That tulip planter could have just stayed where it was. The time lapse made it look like that was pretty easy to move. It was not. Not for me anyway, not for week-old me. Now, if you tuned into yesterday's episode, you might remember that my cousin and I had picked up the pallet collars and dropped those off at the plot, and I was waiting on a delivery of compost that was due to come this morning, and indeed it did.
So I'm just waiting for the compost delivery. It's funny, it was, I guess, just over a year ago that I was standing here doing the same thing. The first sort of big delivery to the plot, and now here we go again. I don't think much shoveling is going to get done today though.
Now, the chap didn't think he was going to be able to get all of that compost straight onto the bed and that some of it would spill onto the road and I would have to shovel it off the road, and I'm like to him, I am in no state to be shoveling at the moment. But luckily he managed to get it all onto the bed, so it was great. I could just shut up the gate and think, that's done. I'll worry about that when I'm better. So when we get back into our normal episodes after today, I think that's what we'll be doing. We'll be down the plot, sorting out that compost and getting some of those raised beds up and ready. So I'm sorry I've not been well enough that we've been able to do that as part of our 12 days of Easter, but never mind, we did still get an awful lot done. And I mean, truth be told, this was a mad idea. Yeah, one of you should have told me when I proposed this was a mad idea. Filming and editing a video every day for 12 days. Yeah, it was mad, and I shan't be doing it again. I mean, my cold obviously didn't help things, and yeah, I didn't know that the building work was going to start at the end of at the end of these 12 days. But nevertheless, I think even if I'd been in complete health and everything, this would have been slightly too much. I'm actually looking forward to going back to work for a rest now. But what has come out of this is I got a lot done. I really did. Even though we didn't get some of the bigger jobs done because of my cold, I still had to make content, so I was still looking for things to do, and it really did mean I ticked off a lot more things than I probably would have otherwise, so that was really good. But actually the real highlight of doing this has been the premiere function on YouTube and doing the live chat when the video releases at 12 p.m. each day. It's been so much fun to talk to people as the video plays. I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who came on one or all. Some of you were there every day who on those lives. It was really, really wonderful. So thank you for that. So it had been my plan for us to have our final day on the plot, but as I'm in no state to be shoveling compost and making raised beds, we are in the greenhouse, but the builders have gone. The kids aren't out playing, so it's nice and quiet. Well, it is really windy because we've got another storm coming here in the UK over the weekend. But I thought this might be a good opportunity to just check in with some of the seedlings, some of the things that we've done over the last few days. We did our compost trial for the onions. They are still looking much of a muchness, but alive and doing well. And we also had the spring onions, which I have done nothing with, and actually I think need a water. So we'll water those. But I think the consensus was spring onions, yeah, bang them out. They'll be fine. And rather excitingly, we have the first signs of germination on the gypsophilia that we did. And I mean the first signs because there's only one little tiny seedling popping up. But that's exciting, that's good. It's a beautiful day. It must be the calm before the storm, although the wind is, as I say, picking up. What else do we do then? Our lettuces, how are they doing? They're looking good. And then there are the carrots under here. Nothing yet, nothing yet. And parsnips. No, not yet. Oh, hang on. Are those parsnips? It could be. Ooh. Oh, should I leave the fleece on? Yeah, let's leave the fleece on for the storm and then reassess. Now, one of the other things that we did was the potatoes on the plot. Well, we can't check on them, but spoiler alert, nothing happening yet. But I didn't show you that I put some of, if you remember, I had some potatoes left over. And I wanted to grow those in buckets in compost as like a comparison with the ones that are being grown no dig under wood chip on the plot. So I did do that, and this is what I did with them. I popped them onto the hotbed. Now the hotbed has been retaining a constant temperature of about 20 degrees, 60 Fahrenheit now, and haven't done anything more to it. And I decided that I would put the potatoes on top of the hotbed. So these are benefiting from the warmth of the hotbed, but the potatoes aren't being planted directly into it. They're in these buckets. Now you might well be thinking, why not plant just directly into the hotbed with the potatoes? And that is my intention actually, but for the main crop potatoes, I'm going to put some of the Sapomira into that hotbed and see how they do. It's quite exciting to try these different methods and see what works. And we looked at the lettuce, but forgot to check on the peas. Let's see how the peas are doing. So some of you might have noticed that my mistake with doing this pea frame is that I've got the netting on the outside here, so I can't actually get in to pick the peas. So I need to change this round and move the hazel sticks to the other side and the pea netting on that side. I will eventually do that sooner rather than later because look, they are starting to grip onto the netting. But they're looking all really healthy and happy, so that's good. As we venture inside in the lean-to, seedlings are all doing really well actually. It was the cabbages were the ones that were in here and got eaten. Some of this coriander also got a bit nibbled, but everything else is fine. Even the lupins. In fact, they look great. Ah, we do still have some. Oh, that's calabrese and cauliflower, so they didn't eat those. That's good. Marigolds, marigolds, and what are those? Ah, the candy tuft. And as we venture inside, the chili peppers that we repotted are all looking really good. Yep. They salt for a day or two, but then perked up. And then, of course, the other thing that we did was the dahlias. So here's the dahlia bags. And you can see that there's plenty more to be, oh, look at that one. My goodness, plenty more to be taken as cuttings. So that's a job to be done. But what about the cuttings we already took? Well, they are in here in the propagator. But so far, they look fine. No problems. They're not dead, so that's good. Oh, and snake beans was the other thing that we did. No sign of the snake beans as yet, but I think they take a little while. That feels a bit light. I might give it water, actually. So I think that's us up to date on quite a lot of the things that we got up to over the last 12 days. And I just want to say a big thank you again for everybody who supported me on this ridiculous thing that I've just done. I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel because of these 12 days of Easter, then I hope you'll stick around as we resume normal programming next week. There we go. We did it. 12 days. 12 days, 12 vlogs, under 12 minutes. I bet some of you didn't think I could do that. And live at 12 every day. It's been a blast. I'll catch you next week.